Good evening. Um, is that working? Yeah, uh, I think we're live. Just let me know in the comments, please, if that's coming through. Just messing around with these little features to the side. Um, that worked as well. Good. I've been messing around with the StreamYard. So I've been on the fence whether to start doing these lives again. Um, Doing them all the time, it got a little bit tedious. I'll be honest, it got a bit hard. But there's a reason for tonight, so you'll see them numbers build a little bit, and then I'll get into it. But let's see, we've got in Michael Kirby, Cassius Coy, the Baldwin Reefer, Gary Webb, Scott Henderson, Coy and Hawks, John Cope, ADHD Pongai, Mike Coy Journal, Hurt Coy, Amanda Smith, and Scrag68. Thanks for all tuning in. We're 22 in now, so we get the numbers up a little bit. But I'm going to talk about the lake. I'm going to explain everything to do with the lake and why you haven't heard nothing about it, to be honest. So, see, we get the numbers up a little bit more. Peter Martin, good night. Good night, good evening. So, yeah, I will get into it all. But, Welsh Coy, thanks for coming, mate. What's everyone been up to? How's everyone's ponds doing? It feels weird, yeah, because I normally do this off like in a separate room, but I've got Becky sat next to me, and it just seems a bit strange. But there's no room in this house. There's no like there's a lot of rooms in this house, but the signal's not great. The internet's best in the living room, so we have to sit in the living room. So that's part of living in the middle of nowhere. She's not watching Scrag. She's sat playing a game. She's just not interested. Got headphones in, but she is there. Jack currently fitting a UV in the rain. It sounds like it's about to chuck it down here. I'll be honest. The sky is thundering, but no lightning just yet. Last night, this is night 3, and we're trying to do a spawn now. So I'm really hoping that this thunder and lightning kicks this spawn off. Because last night they were going nuts. They were flashing. They were swimming into each other. They were jumping on top of the spawn brushes. I was convinced it was going to happen. Come down this morning, and there was nothing. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. I'm growing it, Gary. I'm Welsh now. Thunder and lightning here. Well, no lightning, but it's thunder. But Wolverhampton is flooded. Closest they're going to get to the sea, innit? Good evening, Jason. Right, so I was going to let it build up a bit more, but we might not get too many more in. Don't talk about stuff. Yeah. I did have some air bubbles, but I definitely didn't have any eggs. Cashy, like, I'll be honest, mate. My heart went out to you, but I laughed so hard. Evening, Ollie. Full thunder and lightning there too. It sounds rain now. It's gonna go. I've just put, so I've got an achiever. What I'm trying to do an achiever spawn. So I've got one female. I went start off with 2 males. Now I've got 3 males. Now I've just threw the Benny Kikuru male in because I know he spawned last year. Obviously I don't want him to mix with the spawn, but at this point now I just want the spawn to kick off, and one of the achiever males he's rampant, he's all over it, but he's just not going. So I thought maybe the second male would help it. Worst case scenario, I'll get some Kikuru cross achiever. I'll probably just get rid of them and just keep full achiever fry. If it happens, to be honest. I woke up in the middle of the night, then I woke up at 5:30, then 6:30. I got up at 6:30 to go and check on them. I was convinced, and there was nothing. Ollie just leaving work. Yeah, the Kikuru, the Benny Kikuru, he's really nice. He's very white, which most of them more of a grey colour. I really like him. So yeah, they could produce some nice offspring, to be honest. But we'll see. To be honest, we'll just see. At this point now, I'm losing the will with it. To be honest, I spawned last year. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and they just spawned. It just happened, with no effort. And then this year, I thought I've got a bit of an idea what I'm doing, and nothing's happened. I suppose that's. I think honestly, I think spawning and fry are one of the most exciting things about the whole hobby. For me personally, I love it. John Dunn and Kashi saying hello to each other. No goats tonight. That's some shag, some massive shag. Right, so I'm going to get into it. I'm going to talk about the lake. So I don't want to. If I had my way, I'd absolutely obliterate this, but I really don't want to do that. I'm going to try and do this as amicably as I can. So obviously, you all know I rented a lake. I put 22,000 fry in there, and all through summer, it was amazing. Schools, 40-foot long schools, 10-foot wide, thousands of fish swimming past. Then winter come, and there was no action in there, but the lake got really deep. The water rose probably rose about 4 foot, so it ended up probably being well over 8 foot, maybe higher in certain parts, but obviously off to the edges, it was, it went quite shallow. So the fish put in the lake, they were all doing well through summer, and then through winter we didn't see nothing. The original agreement was, I believed the original agreement was, I'll say it's not I believed, it was, the original agreement was, I put the money in to pay for the fish, I pay for the auto feeder, the food, the fencing, and whatever else got spent. I've put a lot of money into it, do you know what I mean? Like, if I had an half decent car, what I put into that, like, and then, but it didn't go through the landlord. I went through the tenant of the house. So the house sat on 4 or 5 acres. Next to it, over the land bridge, there was also another 9 acres. I rented the lake, which was on the 9 acres. The fella who rented the house he's had horses, so he got to use his 5 acres plus the other 8 or whatever that was left after the lake. And that was working. He got free land, I got the lake, and I had someone to look after the fish. So it seemed to be a good deal. The deal was, if it works out, we all make some money. I pay the rent plus give the landlord a bit more. I give this fella a bit more, just for being there and whatever. And then about over winter, we didn't see nothing. There was nothing going on. One dead fry, or what I say fry, there was toe fry at that age, but one dead toe fry about 3 months ago, probably about 4 inches. I think it was like a little cheaper or a little crashy or something like that. I can't remember too well now, but not very big, nothing special, but it was dead. So, but it was a good indication that there was still fish in there, because we hadn't seen nothing for months. but obviously it was very deep. So, long story short, I get a phone call saying the landlord wants the rent, and I went, what? I haven't took any fish out. No, he said, no. He said, it's going on too long. He just wants you to pay the rent. I said, I'm not paying no rent. I said, like, the agreement was if we do well, I pay the rent. And he said, no, he wants his rent. So we charged me 10 grand. Well, 9 it was, but then it went to 10, obviously, a month, £1,000 a month. So I spoke to the landlord. Bear in mind, I had tried to speak to this landlord for 6 months. I'd only ever spoke to him once. Then I hadn't spoken to him for 6 months. I went through this other tenant. He was all right, but he'd become a pain in the ass, to be honest. He's probably watching this right now as well. And if he wasn't 65, he would have ended up in the lake, I'll be totally honest. But anyway, we'll forget that. So, so he rings me for this rent, and I said, look, I don't know what's in there. Let me come down. Let me take some fish out and have a look what they're like. Because at that point, they've been in there for months. They could have been riddled with bacteria. Anything could have happened. You all know how delicate koi are. To be in there we had herons, cormorants, glebes, seagulls, swans, and whatever else decided to live on that lake. So there was so many predators and potential bacteria and parasite spreaders on there that I wasn't willing to hand a penny over, and I'm still not willing to hand a penny over until I know there's fish and I know they're healthy and stuff. So he said, let us drag the lake. Let us take some of the fish out. I'll give you a few £1,000 as a gesture so you know I'm not running away. And at the same time, I'll put most of the fish back in for another month or 2 or 3 months, whatever. Let them grow on. I'll sell some of the fish that we take out. So say there was 10,000 for argument's sake, I take $1,000, $2,000, put the rest back in to carry on growing on, and I'll sell them, get some money off them, and carry on paying. Bearing in mind, as I said, I've put a hell of a lot of money into that lake at this point. So that was what the agreement was in my eyes. There end up being a chain of people involved in this, which I never knew from the start. So that I was dealing with another tenant, who was dealing with the landlord, who didn't really own it because it was his son-in-law who owned it, and it just become like this spider's web that I didn't know anything about, to be totally honest, until it got too far. The one thing I really messed up on is I didn't sign any contracts. I'm very much like, even though, I'm only 30, I'm quite old school. Like, you shake my hand, my hand's my heart. If I say I'll do something, I'll do something. So I always said that I wouldn't leave the landlord out of pocket. Even if the lake didn't do well, I'd still give him something, $2,000 or something like that, even if there was only a few hundred fish in there, because there was guaranteed, unless bacteria or something wiped them out, there was always going to be something left in there. So that was always my intention, was worst case scenario, I give him a backhander, a couple of grand, and just say, shit happens, essentially. I tried, I lost a lot of money, you give me the lake, it is what it is. But it got to a point where that wasn't willing. Well, they wasn't willing to do that. They were just like, no, just pay us, take the fish and leave. And I was saying, but I don't know if there's fish in there. So it kept going on in this circle where in the end it got quite aggressive, do you know what I mean? Because I'm not one to pull punches, do you know what I mean? I am like, normally, like, if I've got a problem, I will just go straight at it, do you know what I mean? Doesn't always serve me well, but I will do it. So anyway, right now where we stand is there's no communication. I don't think there's any fish in there, and if there is fish, there's not a lot of them, because there's definitely no 40-foot schools. There's no communication between me and the tenant. There's only been one phone call between me and the landlord. The tenant caused a bit of problems between me and the landlord. At one point, he said to me, I don't want to say the landlord's name, but he said, the other fella could tell you to take your fish out and just leave. Now, I got me back up at this a little while ago, and I got me back up and said, no one can tell me to take them fish and leave. It's not that type of party. I won't do it. It won't happen. Trust me, it won't happen. And it really got to a point where I was getting really bitter and angry and thinking, I'm going to end up hating this fella. And I was just like, why am I getting so worked up over this? And in the end, Becky just said to me, like, you need to stop this now. Like, you're taking it, you're getting yourself in a situation, in a state of mind where this is not good, not healthy. It definitely wasn't healthy for me because I was like thinking about this all day long, but at the same time not telling any of you guys because, well, I felt like I messed it up really. And I still do. I still like, not even just the money. The money I put into it is a kick in the teeth. But the fact that the YouTube channel, I wanted to do this widgets, I wanted all this content. I went down there one day with my brother, and he brought his pug with him. Said you can't bring the dog on the land. I've got horses. Okay. So then I said, we're going to do when do you do the harvest? We're going to have a barbecue, we're going to have loads of people and whatever. No, you can't do that. Like, you can only have a certain amount of people. You can't be able to bring more people here. I live here. Okay. I started vlogging the lake, as you remember. Then you'll see some of the videos got removed. The reason they got removed because the tenant and his wife come to my shop moaning, saying, we live there, that's our house, you shouldn't be videoing this. This was meant to be meant to be discreet, blah, blah, blah. So I was, again, okay, I'll take the videos down. I think one or two of them still on there that I just didn't see, but I did remove half a dozen or so. So I wasn't allowed to vlog it. I wasn't allowed to take people there. I wasn't allowed to take my brother's dog there, which I'm not there, but he just happened to have his dog with him on that day. I wanted to net it, so I wanted to go and spend £800 on a net, and then my brother was a scaffolder at the time, so he was going to get me some scaffolding. We were going to put like a bit of a frame on the outside and net it properly, so it was going to be like a massive aviary. I wasn't allowed to do that. I was allowed to drape the net over the floor, which I wasn't happy about. So I'm not paying £1,000 for a net to drape it on the floor. Do you know what I mean? So I wasn't happy about draping the net on the floor. So that didn't end up happening either. So the cormorants were on it, the herons were on it. It wasn't far away from those safari parks. It was in a flight path for birds of prey. So it really got to this point where it just it become a very bitter thing, and I didn't go there very often and stuff. And once we needed food over winter, and I just dropped it off at the gate and just took the 25 kilo of wheat germ and just dropped it off at the gate and just like, I'm just not interested. And this is why I stopped talking about it, and this is why I stopped vlogging and stuff and everything else, because yeah, at that point I felt like I'd had it stolen away from me daily, because yeah, it just didn't really seem fair. But at the same time, the fella was very helpful. So I don't want to paint this wrong picture. He was very helpful, but he was too helpful. He become a control freak with being helpful. It was, if I said I wanted to put a fence up this way, he said, no, put it up that way. If I said I was going to set up an auto feeder, which I did, and he said, no, stop the auto feeder, I'll hand feed them. I said, why? The machine does it. Like, it does it to the second, to the gram, all day, every day. Why would you not want to use an auto feeder? But he was convinced he wanted to hand feed them, but he didn't. I said no to that. I'd like use the auto feeder. So anyway, it just, there was just so many little negative points, but it just didn't stop, and it was going on all the time, and it really did get to me. Like it started mentally bothering me, which normally stuff doesn't. I'm quite like roll with the punches, get up tomorrow, try something different, go again. But this was getting to me, and it still does, to be honest. I'm totally honest, because I feel if I see the fella in the shop, he's going to get a mouthful, and if he was 20 years younger, he'd get a backhander. But again, I'm going to try not to talk like that because it's not nice. But anyway, so yeah, so that's where we're at with the lake right now. As of today, he's probably watching this video right now. I'd imagine he would be, because as I say, he's a bit of a control freak. I don't know. I'm not willing to pay £10,000 to find out that lake's empty. I haven't got £10,000 to find out that lake's empty. Do you know what I mean? Like, paying a lump of money knowing that there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is one thing. Paying a load of money to find out that you've got 200 fish left because the cormorants have absolutely destroyed them, that's another. So no matter what, the fish that are in there, they're either dead, they've been ate, they've died, or they're going to live the best life in a 800,000 litre lake for the rest of forever, essentially. So yeah, so that's my story. That's where I'm at. Rise above it. Well, to be honest, I really have, because I think a few years ago it wouldn't have been that story. I would have Yeah, I never used to be as calm as what I am today. But anyway, so that's that. And the only reason I've eventually spoke about this is because everyone's asking me. Even Becky said to me last night, "What are you going to do about that leak?" And then that was the final straw when I thought, when your bird says to you, "What are you going to do about the thing that you've invested in?" I thought I need to address this now. I can't just carry on. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm on here now, and that's why I'm talking about it. I was going to do a video, but I've just found the live a little bit easier for this because obviously there's comments and stuff. So right now, there's no lake, there's no fish, there's not going to be any unless I get a phone call with some deal that is amicable, and we can actually work it out. Yeah. So what Scotty's saying? To write the I say too many YouTube now. I don't know. If someone's getting sold, let me know, please. But we've only got 35 in, so I can't see souls being in. Yeah, I thought the fellow could be trusted. It was my own stupid fault. They contacted me, by the way. Like they rang me. I went to view the land to put a shop on there and um, do the lake, and Becky's going to do alpacas, and there's this massive plan. We were going to set up this huge business on there, and then there's no planning permission to put a shop on there or to do like an excursion type thing in car parks and all that, and it would have cost too much money to try and get it. So anyway, so that didn't happen. So then about a month or two later, I got a phone call and said, "Are you interested in the lake?" I said, "Yeah," but he's like, "Nothing else, just the lake." And then I went down, we had the conversation, and that was the deal. But when the landlord rang me and he said, "No, the deal was you pay £1,000 a month," and I said, "Well, if that was the deal," I said, "why wouldn't they have paid it £1,000 a month? Why would they have to pay it a week before harvest, right at the very end? That makes no sense. Why would I rather mound up that debt than just pay it off monthly? It'd be a lot easier for me to pay £1,000 a month than 10 grand in one go." I don't know if that's for me or Gary Webb. So anyway, yeah, that's my story. I'm not going to keep going on about it now because it does me head in. But what's everyone else doing? That's like me mate on screen. He knows that was the deal. Anyway, what's everyone else doing? Sick of it, mate. It's Danny's live. For fuck's sake, why can't people just get on? What's going on? What have I missed? God knows. Just in case this cuts off, lightning struck the post outside twice the other night, and I Becky said the lightning just struck that post. I said there's not a chance. It sounded like a firework went off in the garden, but I always thought if lightning struck someone, that was it. It was destroyed. So I was arguing with her, going, "There's not a chance lightning just struck that post." She googled it, and yeah, lightning strikes electricity overhead electricity lines, quite common. I think you're still a blue spanner, aren't you? So, like, just kick anyone. Nice drums in the Koi Academy. Yeah, I have had this thought, John, but if I find out they're for sale and I feel like your Shikigoi fish is so distinctive that if there is 10,000, 15,000 fish in there and um, someone's trying to sell them, I think I'll find out. It's a very small world, this koi world. And I do look quite a lot, to be honest, Gumtree, Facebook, eBay, and stuff like that. And even koi dealers, I spend a lot of time on the internet. So if I find them, that'll be another story. But for right now, I didn't see a lot of fish in that lake for a long, long time, which is the only thing. And this is water why I think they wanted the money up front. because I think they know the lake failed and they wanted the money up front to, because they were never going to get money out of me otherwise. What can you do? Oh, by the way, if you want a Nexus 320, I have two 450 each. Good price. Jack, that is, Spalding Refair, two Nexus. You're not far away from that lake there, Will. It's just the stocking density that he's got at the in some of them big ponds, mate. I think he's finding it easier on the drums rather than the Nexuses. I had a conversation with him on Saturday. Could they have taken any out if they found out what they're worth? Mate, possibly, because as I say, it was handshakes and it was goodwill gestures and whatever else. But the deal was, I was going for my koi license, my pet shop license to be a koi dealer, which I am now, so I could get retail on them. So this was all discussed at the beginning, that I can get retail on fish that they probably wouldn't get pennies for. You all know that there are people who think that they see some scabiard koi in a lake and they think it's worth 10 grand and you couldn't pay me to put it in my pond. I think there's a misconception with a lot of people in koi. Most koi aren't worth any money unless they found someone who was willing to buy them, quarantine them, see for parasites and whatever, because no doubt they would have been full of parasites living in that lake. Yeah, I don't know. Not a Scouser. Not a Scouser though, but wouldn't live anywhere else now. Do you know what, mate? Liverpool's amazing, but you should say Wales, because I wouldn't live anywhere but Wales right now. So yeah, what's everyone else up to anyway? Let's talk about other people's ponds. I'm trying to keep my eye on the comments, because I know when I've done these lives previously, I ask a question and then I start rattling on and then I miss what people are saying. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the comments. So how's everyone's ponds going? I've seen Scrag68 had his big switch on. I'm looking forward to seeing some fish in there. Phil from Telford Koi, I think he's on here as well. He's done a great job with that pipe work, better than the job I've done. My pipe work was just full of silicone. Ordering wood for the next build, nice. I love building ponds out of wood, I really do. Longevity obviously block, but yeah, I do like the like wood ponds. Right, so my next part, I haven't even told Becky this and she is there, so I've just ordered a 6 meter by 3 meter by 2 meter polytunnel. So my plan is to spawn, but if my spawns don't work, then I'm gonna buy a load of fry from Jack. I think they 17th of July, I think he said, correct me if I'm wrong, Jack. 17th of July, I think he said that they go on sale, so I'm going to buy a load of fry to grow on in the polytunnel. I'm going to get 2 or 3 paddling pools, split them up, probably at 1,000, maybe 1,500. Split them through the tunnel, and yeah, start growing some fry. Ideally, I want to be biosecure in the sense that eventually I want to be a British koi farm, so everything I have is British bred. The reason the British bred, not English bred, is because I live in Wales. But essentially, that's my game. So the only new fish that would ever come on site would be parent stock. So at the top where the paddling pool is now, that paddling pool is going to stay there. And that's going to be a quarantine, which is 100 yards from the bottom where the rest of the fish are. So that's my plan, is the quarantine will be up the top. And then new fish can potentially quarantine for months and months and months, because they're not going to spawn until next year, in theory. So that's sort of me longer term plan. I'm struggling to do that right now, obviously, because I'm trying to set spawns. I watched like a lot of like the New Forest Koi videos with Vince and stuff. They've got so much breeding stock. I haven't, do you know what I mean? So it is a bit hard. Like, you're now officially Welsh. I got ID'd in the tip again today, and the fella who ID'd me was a Scouser. Bad. British bread because you know, well, look, lap it up, but look at that for a beard. That's a proper Welshman's ginger beard. Hi, Gary. I think Gary's in a bad mood. What are you laughing at? Gary's in a bad mood. I had a pump fail after 1 year. Contacted All Pond Solution. 2-year warranty. Sent me a new pump, but said the warranty is only till the old one runs out. Right, so you've only got the remainder of the first warranty. They're not going to continuously give you 2 years. Can't really argue with that, to be fair, because otherwise you could do that every 18 months. You could get a new pump and it could go on forever. I had 2 pumps. I mentioned this exactly today. I had 2 pumps separately, different times, months apart. Break, just stopped working. Bought a new pump, connected them, carried on, and then randomly the other day, I had them in the shed. The 2 broke pumps. Put them in water, plugged them in. Both of them worked. Never known that to happen. I asked Jack, and he just said they're just cheaper pumps, and it does happen. He's had it happen as well. Thunder. But yeah, bizarre. So Checker is definitely broke. The heat, yeah. I think the big one might have been heat. The little one clogged up with clay, and I think it was only when the clay had dried completely out and there was nothing left. When it went back in the water, it worked again. That was when I was trying to battle surface water when I was building that pond. Yeah, most places do that with the warranty. Otherwise, you could just run it on forever, couldn't you? You could just literally just be running it on forever. If anyone wants to come on, just let me know, by the way. I'll drop a link in, but I think he's gone, Dean. But yeah, so this spawning thing, I'm up the wall with it, to be honest. I tried me Sankeys 2 weeks ago, I think. Nothing. Again, they were chasing, they were splashing. Bear in mind, I've spawned before, so I've got a bit of an understanding of what to look for. And yeah, all good. I'm thinking they're definitely going tonight. Wake up in the morning, nothing. Left them for another night. The whole next day, they just sit on the bottom, nothing's happening. Unlike some, I took me spawn brush out the water and just made sure that they were eggs. Becky just stared at me. He is in the comments though. I'm not being mean. He's in the comments and he knows. I said to him, I'm not being nasty. I'm messing. Any temp change? Well, it's really humid. It's really close. The skies have opened, so yeah, that rain should really be coming down, smashing the water, and that should dramatically drop the temperature. Last night, I got the hose pipe and sprayed the top of the water, and the male achiever went nuts. He was bouncing everywhere. I sent Jack a video of him flashing like mad. He wasn't flashing. He's not like he's got parasites. He was just chilling. And then about an hour later, come down and he was just bouncing wall to wall, just going nuts. And then he was on top of the spawning brushes. He was pushing the females, pushing the other males, and it can be a sign of aggression. I think when one male gets a little bit too boisterous, and maybe that can stop a spawn happening. I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert. Waiting whether to ditch my Nexus for a drum. It's the initial outlay. Credit card would need it. Yeah, they are expensive. Uh, Frustration unreal. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I'm literally waking up at 2, 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to say to myself at 5 o'clock this morning, just go back to sleep. Next time you wake up, you can go down. And it was about just after 6. You are a spanner. Um, where's Dean Spanner? It wouldn't be funny because he just kick everyone out, and they're only 42 in here, so no. You're not getting a spanner. But let me know if you just want to do this on a Monday. Look, I'm not saying it's the most interesting thing in the world, but Mondays are only crap and nothing, no one's doing nothing. I don't mind coming on and talking your heads off for an hour. And if anyone wants to come on and talk crap to me, then, I'm happy to do that. But I wanted to address that league thing as well. It was, I feel like when you're doing these YouTube videos, you sort of you sort of owe it to people who watch it and subscribe and like and comment because it becomes more than just yours. Do you know what I mean? You sort of share everything with everyone else. So I sort of felt like I owed it to everyone to give a bit of an explanation. And I really didn't want to. I'll be totally honest. I didn't want to. And it was Jamie keeping it cool. He commented on one of my videos today. And he inboxed him and just said, look, this is what's happened. And I said, but I don't want to put it on YouTube. I don't really know how to address it. And he went, mate, just say it. He said, just tell people. He said, no one will be bothered. So forth. So, yeah, sad. I'm going to do it. 50% off. I'll have one as well. We'll get off that idea. So, yeah, you're going to have to give me something to talk about, though, if you want to keep this going. Look, I really want Fry. Like, at the big fish at Boston, I do really like the big fish, you know what I mean? Like, I got that shower from Jack. Question, right? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. The shower I got from Jack, this not Jack said this, someone else commented this, and this not me having a go at anyone, by the way. A while ago, someone put up a picture video of a what I believe was a heat shower. And then people commented, I said, nice heat shower. And then someone commented, or people commented and said, it's not a heat shower because it's got white on the side. Now, this is a 95, 99% red and black fish with a white belly, but bits of white on the side, bits of white on the top. The same as mine. Mine's got white pec fins, little bits of white on the side of the body. So I didn't class that as a he shower after someone corrected me until a while ago and told me it's not a he shower. But then someone said the other day, nice he shower, and I said that's not a he shower because of X, Y, and Z. And then they said, no, it is. It's a called a he shower because it's mainly he, which is red. Tell me, people, please tell me because it's confusing. If the fish is 90%, 95% red and black, very little white on it, is that a he shower? But it's still got white on the sides, not just white on the belly. I would say it's a he shower, but then as I say, I got corrected, so then I stopped saying it was a he shower. But then I got told mine's a he shower, and I'm sort of going to go, well, yeah, it probably is a he shower. It's red. So let me know what you think anyway. I think I think to a degree it comes down to people being a bit picky, and someone will go, it's not a he shower because there's a little bit of white on it, on its pec fins or whatever, or a little bit of white on the side. But if the fish is mainly red and black rather than white, red and black, surely that's got to be more a he. I've got that while we there all weekend. I don't know what day I'm going to go yet, but I am looking forward to going. Nice, Kashi. Nice. I really wish I would have done a koi show. Not that I've got koi I could have competed really, but I wish I would have done a koi show before I got my license. I think next year I might do the dealers show. But I'm gonna make sure I get some brilliant fish for that. I saw yours in person. Looked like a shower, bro. But a beautiful fish, though, man. Love how the first pick. That was the only one sold. Standard. So, Jack, blaming you for this. So, we're all stood around, about 30 people around this vat. Jack's in there trying to get the fish in. And I said, how much is that? And he went, 250 quid. I went, I'll have it. And he went, oh, that one's sold. Why tell me it's 250 quid if it's sold? So then I ended up compromising and getting the one that I got, which is still a lovely fish, and I would have been happy with it anyway. But you know, when you have your heart set on one, it's getting very close. What have I been taught? Which may not be by the book. It's mainly red and black and white on the belly. This is the technical out of the book term. Yeah, I get that, but would people class it as a he shower even though it had a bit of white on it? Are we going to get down to the nitty gritty on it? Are we going to be that technical? Do you know what I mean? What's that saying Alan Tate says? Is it appreciation, not assassination? Does it not fall into that category because it's got a little bit of white on the side? For me, it's still a he shower, but I'm not going to argue with someone who knows more than I do. With the small white, it's a he shower style. Yeah, well, yeah, you could say that it is it's he shower style. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I'm doing the dealer show this time round. Yeah, I am. I look forward to seeing that. It's making me want to go more on the Sunday now, to be honest, for the show purpose side of it, because the Saturday's got the better fish for sale, but the Sunday, obviously, all the awards and stuff get given out, so I don't know. Jack's going to be scaring some people in the dealer show. Mate, I really hope he does. And this is not me trying to hate on any other dealers or the Jaffish or whatever. You know, I'll buy Jap, I'll buy Yoshihikoi. I don't care, but I'd like the Yoshihikoi to take some prizes. I really would. I'll be totally honest. Wildy, and the only reason I say Wildy is because I think there's some bias going on. I really do. Don't want to get into this all over YouTube again, but there's certain people who are very close in this industry right now, and I don't think it's right. I don't think people who have got power on the show scene should be interacting on live auctions with businesses. Take from that what you will. He show it looks like he had sorry from the top, but as a white underneath, basically. Yeah, okay. That's right. I'm going to ask Skeggy now, because it's Skeggy. Would you accept that it's a he show if it had white on its side, a small bits of white on its side, or would it then? Is it not a he shower at all? It's a shower. Essentially, that's what I'm asking. So that's the technical term what you just give me there, which I know that's the industry standard. I get that, but what would you accept? Would you still call it a he shower, or is it just a shower? I'm just happy to be fighting in the same ring. If I get a prize buzzing, if I don't, it will make a lot of people, yeah, they look and listen, definitely. I think there's a few on YouTube, isn't he? Sai up North Koi, he seems to be having, well, he was having a bit of a problem. I think he's managed to get on top of his bacteria and made up for him, because, yeah, it's just not nice, is it? Yep, lost one too. It's bacteria. It's been a relentless start to the season, toughest yet in my opinion, to be honest. I really struggled with parasites for a few weeks now. I put bits on video. I didn't really get into it too much. But when I did say about it, I'd done a scrape and I found 4 parasites on um, one lot of scrapes. I think we scraped 3 fish and I found 4 parasites between one pond. And that was really difficult because I had Childenella, Trichodina, Flukes, and Epistylis. Now, I've mentioned this, I spoke to Dr. Paul Reynolds because on the internet, when you Google Epistylis and koi, it tells you it's bacteria, it's this, it's that. When I spoke to her, she was like, it's water-borne parasites, it's nothing to worry about. So, don't listen to everything you read on the internet. But, so then I didn't know what to treat for. I didn't have no fluke treatment, so I treated for Childenella and Trichodina, which I done that for 2 weeks. Obviously got the Lanex in the time, but then when I scraped, then I was riddled with flukes, and I was at a bit of a loss. What way round should I have treated? It's quite hard, very difficult. So to Simon up North Coy, stripping everything back and went back to basics and found that is the problem. He really did, and then he found a solution to stop it happening again by putting that mesh on. It meant that he had that air gap in between the bottom and the grid. Really good. Dr. Paul Reynolds. This gets me as well, yeah. So Dr. Paul Reynolds sounds really formal, doesn't it? But calling it Paula doesn't sound right. It's what's making me think of ditching the Nexus. It's saying that many nice ponds thrive off a Nexus, but saying that, sorry, most, you've got to say there's got to be 60% of pond keepers are using either Easy Pods or Nexuses. Most of them, most people use them. Obviously, you got multi-base and stuff with more the old school stuff, but I'd say there's a high number of people using Nexus and Easy Pods. Dr. Paula Reynolds. Even Danny Ladd, the video looks like seeing a Blair Witch. It's Becky, shut all the lights off.
It's because it's streaming on your face, isn't it? The lights.
Yeah, Simon did well in the end. Thankfully, mine doesn't seem to be that bad. Got in early with chloramine C. What's a good microscope to buy? I don't have one at the moment. I bought one for, I think it was 60 quid, 60-ish quid on Amazon, standard one. I've seen loads of people have been buying the £18 ones. Oh, what are they called? Geography? Geograph? Someone comment, please tell me what the name of it is. 18 quid, and people are swearing by them, saying they work. So, unpopular opinion, there is a relation between Nexus and bacteria problems. I don't know. Yes, I would. So long as no white on top, it may not be technically 100% correct in the show classification. Though, yeah, I agree with that. A lot comes down to just simply not flushing out bottom drains or people purging their Nexus. Yeah. So the bottom drain thing, I think if you're building a new pond, my 2 big ones, by the way, that I'm building, I've got PP on my hands, dry PP. I've PP in my nets. My 2 big ones have both got bottom drains on. I feel like if people who've got a pond already, if you haven't got a bottom drain, you haven't got a bottom drain. Not a lot you can do unless you're going to do it all again. But if you're building a pond from scratch, even of that, and you're not putting a bottom drain in, I think it's ludicrous. especially when people have had bacteria problems and then still don't put bottom drains in. Nuts. I'm glad you said that, Jack. It's been playing on my mind and looked at every part of my system. The only thing that remains unchanged is the Nexus. Hot here, it's hot everywhere, mate. What's the go there? Pumps to buy from Nexus 320. The old ones. Oh, I've got a Evolution Aqua. What is it? Is it 75? Evolution Aqua 75. That's only for my Easy Pod though. Go to Dave. I did 2 at the weekend. I haven't got a bottom drain in when I do a new one. Yeah, but that's the point. If you built that pond years ago, you didn't have any knowledge of it, so that's different. But if you were purposely building a pond today, now, and then not putting one in, knowing everything we all know now, I think that's nuts. That's aimed, not aimed at everyone. They just look at the problem online. How many actually see purging their bottom drains once every 3 days? Like they clean their Nexus, more food, more poo. That's the one. National Geographic. Works okay. Can put phone on your pick. Okay, as a starter. Yeah, but they work. They do work. I'm not saying it's the best one. I'm not definitely not like advising everyone to run out and buy them. I'm saying if you're new to it and you're on a budget, it's a decent budget starter scope. Yeah. So, what's everyone's plans anyway? What are you all doing? What day are you going to the Coventry show? I'm on the fence. What day to go? I don't know whether to go Saturday or Sunday. I'm probably just going to be like a sheep and go whatever day the majority say they're going. Yeah, you're a top man. Means it's truly on top. They're incredible. I have 2000 toe shy, 80 litre middle ring, 350 outer ring. National Geographic again. They're really cheap, them, and they work. Jack, I'm off work the weekend after the show, so I can finally come and get my fish. I still phone you. Need to see if you can get some other bits for me. Really didn't need to read that out, did I? That was just not meant for everyone but Jack. What are you laughing at? Get back off that. Yeah, so I got to come on and say what I wanted to say anyway, and yeah, I got to come on and say what I wanted to say, and I've had a bit of a laugh actually. Very surreal, when you're standing and you're sat here and you're talking to yourself essentially. It's a bit weird. Yeah, and to be honest, I think on that note, we are going to wrap this up. Been on just under an hour. I hope you have semi enjoyed it at least. So, mate, I'm ginger. I just fry. I am getting a bit of a tan on my back though, but yeah, I just burn. It just happens. So anyway, I'm going to sign it off there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. And let me know if you just want to do this on a Monday, and I don't mind coming on for an hour on a Monday night. Something to talk about. As long as people are willing to get involved, you haven't got to come on the live, but at least hit the comments. You know what I mean? So it keeps the conversation flowing. But yeah, so we're gonna end it there. Appreciate everyone watching, and I'll catch you all next week. Take care.